Good evening. I just wanted to get on and do a quick video about delay. I remember when I first started messing with more complex delay units that let you pick subdivisions and whatnot, I was kind of lost. I didn't know what I was doing. So through experimentation and just trial and error, I finally figured things out. But I just wanted to get on and do a quick overview on how to time sync your delays, whether you're talking about being in a 4/4 type tempo or a 6/8 tempo. So there's basically a binary system. If you want to sync your tempo in 4/4 and you want that gallopy feel, that is exactly the dotted eighth. That's the one everyone talks about. And in 4/4, the dotted eighth works perfectly. So right now, if I put this at 120, I have a dotted eighth delay. The tempo is set to 120. It's dotted eighth. It's a mono delay, so we can really clearly hear the repeats. But I set up my stereo delays in the same way, so using the same subdivision. So I have a little clip here, and we'll see how this delay reacts to the clip in 4/4. The time is synced, so you'll hear how the gallopy feel. It gallops along nicely as long as the tempos are synced. So you get right off that U2, that gallopy feel that everyone's pretty much after in worship. And there's a reason for it. The dotted eighth delay works nicely as an always on delay. If you have it set to eighth notes, that can kind of clash if you're really, in a more ambient atmosphere. So there's a reason the dotted eighth is used mostly, because it works. In 4/4 it works nicely, but if you go to a 6/8 time, like a 6/8 time signature in 3, and you try and time sync your delays to that tempo, it's not going to work. So I have another clip here that's it's a 6/8 clip, and it's at 150 BPM. So I'm going to set this to 150 before we start the clip, but I'm not going to change the subdivision. It's still set to dotted eighth over here, and we'll hear what happens when I try and play along to 6/8. It almost kind of works, but it's more or less jumbled mess because those repeats are not syncing up with the feel of the beat. So all you need to do is you want to change your subdivision from dotted eighth to dotted quarter. So it's a little bit longer of a subdivision, but this is the one that works if you're tapping in any kind of 6/8 tempo. And they're generally the faster tempos, 150, 160, anything, up tempo like that. If you're tapping in that beat, you want to be set to dotted quarter notes. Now I'm going to try that clip again and try that same little lick I was playing along, and we'll see if it sounds better here. So that flowed nicely. It had that gallopy feel back. So if you wanted to, do that whole gallopy thing, you could there. But no matter what you're doing, that subdivision flows nicely when you're in that time signature. The repeats fall nicely, and it's going to follow the feel of the beat. So that's basically it. Remember, if you're in the 4/4 time signature and you want to tap in the tempo, you want to be in the dotted eighth subdivision. But when you're in a 6/8, 6/8, 6/8, 3/8, any kind of tempo like that, you want to be on dotted quarter. That way your repeats are going to align nicely with the feel of the beat. That's about it. Have a good night.